What's up, everyone? This is Gail Dudley, and it is time for News in Motion. I know my name. I was pausing because I look at Isaiah in the green room. I see you, Deborah Johnson. I see you, Marion Jackson. I see you, Jeffrey Allen James. I saw some more of you pop in here as well. Kim Edmondson, good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Y'all, today is Thursday. It is Thursday, February the 2nd, 2023. I am your host, Gail Dudley, and it is time. Get it out, Gail, for News in Motion. I see you, Adrian, coming in from YouTube. And Adrian, thank you for becoming a sponsor with Politics and Prose podcast. Let me know how you're liking the podcast. I see you, Lori Wallace. I see you, Deborah Sneed. So good morning to all of you. Y'all, it's a great day. It's a little cold outside, but it is indeed a great day. Speaking of saying indeed, y'all know on my reels on Instagram and let's see where else, Instagram, the short videos on YouTube, and then I do a reel on TikTok. I always come off the show and then I go to that platform. I start with Instagram and I just copy it over to the others. I always start with the date and my name, and then I say, we just completed News in Motion, and it was indeed straight fire. Yesterday, someone walked up to me that I didn't even know and said, "Oh my gosh, you're the girl on the reel that says it was indeed straight fire." It's amazing how people, when they hear something over and over and over again, how they begin to mimic it and hear it. So the woman's like, "I forgot your name, but all I know is you say it is indeed straight fire." So there it is. Adrian says, "I'm excited to enjoy the content already. Already know it will be fire." Yay! Good morning to my brother. What's up, Nicole Burton? What's up, Shirley Nicholson? Hey, as I see Nicole Burton pop in here, y'all. Yeah, I told y'all yesterday we were going to support our people. That was my request, asking all of you to support our people. I'm wearing Nicole Burton. This right here, I think this is probably one of the first pieces I purchased from her. This is a sweatshirt. And, we always got to fix it up and take the collar off and all that. And she puts her twist to it. But y'all, guess what? I took this off my wall. This is also Nicole Burton. Y'all see that? This is also Nicole Burton. So, this is in my exercise room. Not doing a lot of that lately, but this is her work. This is her work. Yes, this is a vintage piece. You're right. This is a vintage piece. That's right, Nicole. So, y'all, this is in my workout room, and this is amazing as well. So, her art is and yes, it's signed. It is signed in the back. Her art is amazing. Oh, and I brought this in here just to let y'all see this. This is her packaging. Like seriously, y'all, top notch, top notch. Did I tell y'all she was once in Macy's? She has amazing cards. I may have a card left, but in the meantime, let's put up her graphic and let me tell you about Nikki Burton. At the age of 5, Kinks by Nikki founder and designer Nicole Nikki Burton began her journey as an artist, a Columbus, Ohio native. Nikki Burton is a self-taught artist and designer who has turned her passion for drawing and painting into sustainable enterprise. Nikki Burton's creative instincts propels her to experiment with color and texture, producing a signature style that has evolved into a vibrant brand of wearable art that is far from ordinary. A classic, Kinks by Nikki creation is uniquely outstanding because Nikki Burton masterfully combines colors, textiles, and cultural relevancy together to create pieces that resonate with its future owner. Art should be appreciated, not discarded in a basement or lost in a jewelry box. Keeping with her belief that each piece should be one of a kind work of art, she intentionally ensures that no one hand painted piece is the same. Everything she creates is intentional and meaningful to the entire collection. Y'all, Nikki Burton's process for creating new pieces manifests in the forms of dreams. No pencil or stencil. It's all in her head. And trust me, y'all, it's all in her head. It is no wonder that Nicole's statement making jewelry and clothing reflects the city that she inhabits and works in, which is culturally significant and imaginative representation. Over the course of her successful 20 plus years, y'all, this is her career. Nicole has collaborated with designers, photographers, stylists, makeup artists, and activists to highlight, enlighten, and educate the significance and relevancy of African American art. Y'all, additionally, Nicole Burton also operates a mobile art studio, y'all, that turns any location into an art studio in minutes. She also hosts theme paint and sip events throughout the year. She currently resides right here in Columbus, Ohio, with her husband, 3 children, and 1 grandchild. Stay connected. Her website, and we're going to get all of this in the chat. But Nikki, if you're there, you can put it in there as well. Website is kinksbynikki.com. Facebook is facebook.com/kinksbynikki. Instagram is instagram.com/kinksbynikki. And that's by Nick, excuse me. And that's KINCS. And then her email is kinksbynikki316@gmail.com. So she's putting all that in there. Thank you so much. But y'all, seriously, y'all, this is the bag. Like, for real, this is the bag. And then the Ohio State shirt that I had on the red during the football season, this is one of her pieces. Y'all, I think I got more stuff in my house from her too. And then this that I'm wearing is also one of hers. So y'all, let's support. Let's just not talk about it, y'all. Let's be about it. So support. With that, I'm going to bring in Isaiah, and Isaiah's going to talk about Black History Month. So come on in here, Isaiah. What's up?
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm going to give it all to you. So go ahead, do your thing.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, News in Motion family. How are we doing today on this Thursday morning? It's the second day of February, but also the second day of Black History Month. So just real quick, I just want to talk about someone who is important in Black history. This was an article reported by NPR in 1926. Carter G. Woodson, the scholar often referred to as the father of Black history, established Negro History Week to focus attention on Black contributions to civilization. According to the NAACP, Woodson, at the time, the only second Black African American after W.E.B. Du Bois, to earn a doctorate from Harvard University, believed that Black people should be proud of their heritage and that all Americans should understand the largely overlooked accomplishments of Black Americans. So, just a real quick fun fact history lesson of basically the founding father of Black History Month, Mr. Carter G. Woodson. And other news, something fun and lighthearted to know. Since February, Disney Plus has released the popular movie Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. You heard that right. It is officially on Disney Plus. It was released yesterday morning around 3 a.m. I did not watch it at the release because most of us be sleep at 3 a.m. So Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is officially on Disney Plus. Another show that you might be interested to watch with the family on Disney Plus. How many of us remember the Proud Family? How many of us remember the Proud Family from back in the early 2000s? I mean, I was a kid around that time, but I still remember, Oscar, Trudy Proud, Penny, all of them. They have a new series called The Proud Family: Louder and Prouder, and it's basically a kind of revamped Proud Family that discusses society's topics, issues, challenges that we go through today. And in one episode that really struck home for me, it talks about one of the children, BB. BB is on the autism spectrum. And for those of you who know me and my family, I do have a little brother. Well, he's not really little no more. He's 18. But I do have a younger brother who is on the autism spectrum. So to see the representation of that being shown and on TVs, movies, and cartoons for kids to realize that there are people like them who go through this. It's empowering, and it's important that we remember that we're honoring those who come before us, who honoring those who came before us, and we're inspiring those who will follow us. So, just a quick little history lesson, a fun fact for the March for February. I'm going to send it back to Miss Gail Dudley for more news.
Thank you so much, nephew. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
No
I
problem.
am personally proud of you. Even as I was sharing yesterday about the outsourcing and how I trust you. And I thought, and once we got off the air, I thought about how Monday, when you said, I don't know if you said Auntie or Miss Gail, you said, "Hey, I'll do news," because you knew I had not watched the games, and you were
Yeah.
pumped. And now, if you would have said that to me the first week you were, I've been like, no, I don't think so. But because of that trust, I was like, go for it. And you rolled out there, and you just made me proud. And you made Kenny proud. You made the News in Motion watchers very proud. So I just want to say I'm proud of you and thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Yeah, I had while he was talking, I went to find I thought I had a card from Nikki Burton, the cards that are at the Columbus Museum of Arts, but I couldn't find it. But guess what I did find? Now, Nikki, you're gonna laugh. I'm actually getting ready to frame this because she even signed it. Okay. Yeah, this was the bag and her name is on the bottom. This was the bag that the shirt I have on came in. And I always say, I'm gonna hold on to this because this is art itself. So Nikki, I still have this with your signature on it. I'm getting ready to frame it. So, and the reason why it's so flat is because I've been waiting to frame it and put it in the right place. So again, y'all, that's work by Nikki Burton. Now, Isaiah talked about Wakanda Forever being on Disney, and then he talked about the Proud Family. But y'all, guess what? It happened. It happened. The wait is over. The wait is over. Now, it may cost you your mortgage. I'm like, what? But yeah, y'all, Beyonce Renaissance World Tour kicks off May 10th in Sweden. Hello, somebody. I'm not going to Sweden. And it ends September the 27th in New Orleans. The 47-date tour is Beyonce's first solo tour since 2016. Now, see, Taylor Swift kind of like set the stage, and Beyonce was like, we ain't going to be having that. So you had to register. And once it was out there, you had to register. Then you had to check a section, A, B, or C. I'm like, oh, come on. Then you had to be verified that you're not a bot, which I have to say, hats off to you, Beyonce, and your team to make sure people aren't consuming all these crazy tickets. So then they checked your phone number, you got a text, you had to verify from the text, and you got the email, you had to verify from the email. And let me just pause just for a moment and say, don't judge me. Don't judge me. Then you had to obtain an access code. Then you have to hold on to the access code. There's still no promises. And then they'll begin contacting you depending upon your section, February the 5th or the 17th or the 18th. You're still going to be hopeful. Now, Ticketmaster, don't mess up. When Beyonce threw this out on Instagram yesterday, there were over 1 million comments, and everybody was saying, Ticketmaster, you do what you want to with Taylor Swift, but don't do this with B. So y'all, Houston, Miami, Louisiana, who I don't know, she dropped it on Black History Day 1. She is, in fact, straight fire. Y'all, again, if you know, you know. If you don't know, I can't help you with that. But y'all, seriously, I was like, this is the mortgage payment. I like you, but sister. So it's going to be interesting how it falls out. But I just really want to tell her congratulations. If y'all know my side story to this, and if y'all can tell by now, today is all about Black history. She's a serious Black businesswoman. If you know about my history, I never did really like her, okay? Several of my daughter and several of her friends, I call them all my daughters actually, on their college graduation, all of them asked for a gift to a Beyonce concert when it was out in 2016. And they wanted their moms to come with them. And I was like, I want to do this. And even then, that ticket was like, are you lost your mind? Yeah, this is a rent payment. So we found tickets. Now it's a big deal to find tickets on Beyonce. And I was talking to the other moms, like, we got to do what? Like, we just can't go in line. Like when we were growing up to see the Jackson 5 and just get a ticket. We got to have our iPad, our computers, our phones, all on the site waiting for it to populate. And then whoever gets in can grab tickets. So all the moms decided, well, whoever gets them, as we're all communicating, Are we able to get all of them? Then we drop that person the money because we were trying to stay together. It's a production. And this last time, I'm like, this is crazy just to get a ticket. So we went. And her concerts are always outside in stadiums with the roofs off, always outside. So we found them in Chicago. I mean, we would go try New York. We were trying Houston, where she was born. We were trying Miami. We were trying Atlanta. We finally snagged some in California. It's a production. It was like an all-day event. And I was like, for some tickets? For somebody I don't even want to go see? So we get there, it's storming. Like the sky is purple, kind of storming. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure she's gonna cancel it. The girls was like, no, she ain't canceling this. I was like, and the moms were like, we can't take an umbrella. You can't take what we gonna do? Just sit in the rain while it's storming and lightning and thundering? Y'all, we went. It was storming. It was crazy storming. They delayed it. They wiped off the stage as much as they could. It was still raining. That girl put on a 2.5, 3-hour show that I'd never seen before in my life. I started researching her, saw all the money that she was giving back to the community. It's amazing. My perception changed. I said, I've never seen a concert like this in my life. And she cared about the people. She said, now make sure y'all get back and take a Tylenol, wrap up, take a hot shower, make sure, communicate with me on social media, how you're doing. I was like, for real? So yeah, y'all, Beyonce dropped that on yesterday, and I thought it was just amazing. I see you, Big K, coming in here. Y'all, she's just all the way live. I see you, Judy, now. She's just all the way live. All right, y'all, so continuing. And I want us to have conversation around this, y'all. This is serious because it's setting a precedent. So continuing with Black History Today, Kaylee Woods and Marcus G. Lamb reports from The World in a Nutshell, which is a really great a news source. NBC News and the New York Times, Politico, NPR, and others are reporting this. Y'all, on yesterday, the College Board, of all days, I see you, George English. Good morning to you. On yesterday, wait a minute, pause. Nikki Burton says her shows are dope, all Black band, etc. And women playing all these different instruments. It's just amazing. I agree with you on that, Nikki. So y'all, on yesterday, on the start of what they call the National Black History Month, because I'm Black every day. I am Black history. Y'all, the College Board in Florida revealed the changes they have made to the proposed advanced placement, which is AP, African American Study courses. And despite promises to the contrary, it appears to have conceded to some conservative demands. So Florida Governor Ron DeSantis had rejected the possibility of teaching the course in the state, but people went after it. Now, saying that he says that it significantly lacks educational value. First of all, how are you going to tell me that my history is lacking educational value? You can have an educational course just around news in motion. Hello, somebody. You can have an educational course just around Black artists. Hello. You can have an educational course about Black parenting, about Black economics, about reparations, and on and on and on and on and on. So how are you going to tell us that we lack educational value? Because in some degree, that's what you're saying. Hello, Davia. She says Black every day. I'm Black every day. I am Black history. So this is Ron DeSantis. So he told the College Board to come back with a lawful Black history's now, what? Huh? And historically accurate content next time around. It is historically accurate. Just because you can't step into our shoes and look through our lens and see what we see and understand how our heart beat and the trauma that we have experienced and the beating and the low pay that we deal with and the demands on our economic status. If you, and then the gerrymandering, let's not forget that, and how you want to map things, you're going to tell us that it's not historically accurate content? What? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? So Florida officials explained that they had rejected courses. Now, y'all, based on 6 specific areas. Get this: Black queer studies, intersectionality, movement for Black lives, Black feminist literature. Thought, what? What? You're going to tell me that my mama didn't iron shirts? You're going to tell me that my grandmother didn't wash walls? You're going to tell me that my dad didn't shine shoes? You're going to tell me that didn't happen? I got pictures to show that happened. And not just in my family, we all have it all the way around. Y'all, I'm hot today. Can y'all tell? Because I'm coming for him. Dr. Antoinette said, is he an educator? Does he have an educational background or degrees? Great question. Great question, because you're going to like tell us what we have and what we don't have. Kim Edmondson says he wants to whitewash everything in Florida, and then he's going to try to take it nationally because his plans is to run for president. So he's also trying to rally a base that the former guy hasn't been able to really rally, because the former guy's numbers from December after he announced his run for 2024 was horrible. Horrible. Only 2.5 million. So he can't run from that. That's why he had to sell some NTFs of his mugshot, because he, didn't get money from that either. So that's happening. Donita said, mind you, that other cultural AP courses are still available on Florida. Shaking my head. It's just crazy. But hold on, Donita, because he's coming for that too. Hold on. Y'all are in here today. Adrian from YouTube said that dude is a fool. He is intimidated by the truth of Black folks' history. Take several seats. So let me keep going, y'all. So he wants to deal with the reparation movements, the Black struggle in the 21st century, movement for Black lives is now all missing from the syllabus, because he said, that has to come out entirely. It's now gone. It is completely gone. Officials also took issue with the teaching of works by Kimberly Crenshaw, Bell Hooks, Angela Davis, and other Black authors. Well, I think Angela Davis can tell you a thing or two. She lived it. Hello, somebody, as well as the others. In the updated syllabus, they have all been removed. Okay, perhaps what's really interesting, they now want to promote and bring in Black conservatism. Really? Y'all, the content of the revised syllabus was described in detail to NBC News by David Blight, a professor of history and African American studies at Yale University. Now, David Blight was among many academics to whom the College Board sent the revised syllabus. He says, and I quote, I am now very disappointed to learn that the major section on the end of this curriculum was removed from an earlier version. He goes on in a quote and says, I support the course as a creation of academic freedom. He goes on to say, it took a lot of people to create this half-century tradition of African-American studies and students in every state. No legislator, governor, or school board has the right to simply cancel it and stand in its way. Y'all, this is happening. This is happening. And y'all know I got to say it. It may be early, but this is on the ballot. If nothing more, Black History Month should move you, if you are not a registered voter, to go register to vote. It should move you to check your voting status to make sure they haven't purged you for just cause or because they want to or whatever. Black History Month should be a month that we are motivating, encouraging, and to some degree demanding that all Black people who are of age and eligible to vote register to vote, but not just register, actually go and vote when the time rolls around here. I'm not done, y'all. While the College Board is focused on dealing with Governor DeSantis and what he wants, he moves. Watch this. Listen to me. And you have to read and dig and see what happens for me. I'll see something. I'm like, let me go look at this, and I'll go find it. I'll call up some contacts. Hey, did you see this? Anybody writing on this? What's going on here? And I found it. He moves. Ron DeSantis moves to higher areas of education. Yeah, the day that the board was revealing all of its new and improved courses, like, here, we're going to give y'all something. But no, y'all took out a whole chunk of it. You didn't give us nothing. Y'all trying to pull the wool over our eyes. We see you. We've been here. We've been here. We've heard the stories, which let me stop here for a moment. We need to go back as Black people and start having those Sunday dinner conversations around the table with our children and grandchildren and great grandchildren, our cousins and them. I want to say another way, but I'm gonna be kind of professional today. Our cousins and them and everybody else. We need to go back to our family reunions, whether it's like in the backyard or at a park. Y'all don't have to go on a cruise because everybody can't afford it. Interest rates went back up yesterday. All kinds of stuff. Y'all, inflation is real. But we need to go back and have our own conversations. We should not be relying on anybody to teach us all stuff anyway. We need to go back to that. Hello, somebody. Yep, y'all, I'm fired up. So let me get back to what he did. So Ron DeSantis announced that he plans to block BLOCK state colleges from having programs on what? Critical race theory. Yep. As well as on diversity. Yep. And equality and equity and inclusion. He wants to get rid of all of that. So see, y'all, this is called, oh, they giving us something. We need to stop responding to, oh, they giving me something. No, I want everything that you stole from me. Y'all, that's where we need to be. I am Black history, and that's what y'all getting today. I thought about this, reading this yesterday, thinking about my grandmother, my grandfather on both sides of the family, looking at our lineage and our heritage and everything that happened. Going back to Rome, Georgia, where the Pryor, my last name, my maiden name is Pryor, Pryor, where we went to Rome, Georgia, and was on the farm and heard the stories and had song time and cooking and the hair pressing, and the men were with the young men, and we were having deep conversations, and they were telling us the stories of how it is, and they were encouraging us to live as if God has given us a new level, which he has. Those stories came to mind when I was reading all this. He goes on to say that his move and what he's doing by blocking this is no different than the Stop Woke Act. Y'all cannot ignore that. And we think, oh, that's just happening in Florida. Okay, it's setting a precedent. And other states are now looking at this and waiting to see how successful he is in this area. And believe me, these other Republican governors are going to make that move. They're already having conversation around it and about it. Y'all, we cannot sleep on this. So let me go to the New York Times, who first reported this revised framework throughout the revised syllabus. I don't know how much time I have. I am running out of time, y'all. All right, several things. They said that the syllabus and the changes in the sections that Florida officials called attention to were the following. In addition to the section about the movement for Black lives, a section about the Black struggle in the 21st century has been eliminated. We still struggling. How you going to eliminate? That's history. We are still struggling. Seriously. We are still struggling. Anytime I can go someplace, I'm going to just tell the story. So, my 31st wedding anniversary, we had a cruise that we were going to do the year that COVID took place. We canceled that. We ain't going nowhere. And plus, we couldn't anyway. Well, we did that. We did that in the end of November. Now, because it was our anniversary and we had saved and all kinds of things, we have been doing some work, and people had been blessing us in our family. People from who used to be a part of our church ministry, they still blessed us on our anniversary. It's amazing how that happens. So my husband decided, I'm going to surprise my wife. We're not just going to cruise. We're going to get a suite in the cruise, which takes you to a totally different level. Now, I told him I don't know why he did that for me, because I can't go back to the other place. So we won't be doing that no more, for real. But when we got there, we were told to go to a certain section when we arrived. We get there, 3 people tried to send us back someplace else. And it is at that point, the end of 2022. No, we belong here. We do. We belong right here. And they said, well, let us see. They didn't ask anybody else for any of their documents well, can we see your documents? Yep, you sure can. Yeah, you can see our documents. You can. Once they were like, oh, come on. 2022, you were still acting this way? Like, seriously, y'all, that to me is a struggle. That is a struggle that they won't let us get beyond. And so we're still struggling. So that should still be in the history books, right? So that's in there. Then the previous version included a weekly instructional focus on the Black feminist movement, womanism, and intersectionality. In the revised version, intersectionality is mentioned only in a sample project topic. The all other lists and forms are gone. So we not women. We don't have a feminist movement. What's happening right now? What's going on? Also, number 3, the previous version included a dedicated topic section about the reparations movement, but the revived versions mention the reparations debate. Now it's a debate. It's not a movement. And only as a possible sample project topic. You cannot have books mentioned by, I always mess up his name, and I hope I say it right today, Ta-Nehisi Coates. I hope I said that right. Forgive me. His books are amazing. And his book for the case for reparations can't be in there. Can't even mention him by name. Can't happen. A previous version included the topic titled Black Queer Studies. The updated version does not include the word queer at all. It does feature a topic titled Black Women and Movement in the 20th Century. That includes language that many Black lesbians in particular did not see or feel a space for them in the civil rights movement. So they did remove Toni Morrison, but they did include Kathy Cohen. And there's some mixed conversation about Roderick Ferguson and E. Patrick Johnson. Just letting y'all know that. All right, the revised section on the Black feminist literary thought, maintained much of the topic guidance about various women's movements as in the original version. But see, what happens is they give you just a little bit, say, oh, that's good. But it removes all of the authors Florida officials objected to and moves the focus of the unit away from modern activists. When I looked at the list, let's just say the majority of all authors are gone. That's not how you do this, y'all. And then finally, also gone from the revised course framework is any mention of the specific authors Florida officials pointed to in the first version, including Crenshaw and Davis. Yeah, that's Kimberly W. Crenshaw and Angela Davis. That's what's happening. Dr. Antoinette says, how are you going to remove Toni Morrison? Take the course back and make it blackety black. There's that. Lori says, debate keeps it where it is, stagnant. Movement promotes going forward. Be aware of how things are said. You're absolutely correct, Lori. Thank you for that. Y'all, this is what's happening. So again, we have a responsibility as Black people to say, we're not going to rely on you to teach, but we're going to teach. And we need to get back to doing that. Churches, community centers, backyards, homes, in the coffee shops, in the lobbies of hotels, whatever. We need to make sure, and we should not stop lobbying. Here's an opportunity. I don't know if Latrice is still on here. Here's an opportunity for us to do some suggestions for some legislation around these things. We need to deal with this. So going back, I think it was yesterday I talked about Joe Biden and his National Black History proclamation. Well, President Biden, I don't see any of that in here. And I read your 4 pages several times. It's not in here. And you talk about what we've done for you and how we got you in there. Can you really give us something of substance? Stop talking about it. Be about it. Can you make sure we get some voting rights by the end of this month? We only got, 26 more days. Can you get us that? Can you make sure they don't ban our books? Can you do that? Can you make sure that the governors aren't in the process of what's being taught in colleges? Can you do that? Next, they're going to come from, as Dr. Antoinette said the other day, our HBCUs. Can you do something to help us? Seriously, you in there with your classified documents. Can you classify something for us? Can you do something for us? This is Black History Month, and I am Black History, and I have something to say. Along with that, y'all, we have another sponsor. We want to highlight him today, and that is Unbossed. Unbossed Nightly News covers stories on the day's latest news around Central Ohio that doesn't just limit its coverage to just the latest news. The show focuses the viewer's attention on criminal justice issues, economic injustices, voting rights issues, affordable health care, and reforming Central Ohio's education system. Catch it weeknights streaming on Unbossed on Facebook, Columbus, across all social media platforms at 8 p.m. We have a short clip of their commercial that we want to share with you that fits right here with our Black History Month. So you go ahead and play that, Isaiah.
Show that focuses on our issues, our concern, our stories, our voices, and our perspectives.
It's less than 20 people. So everybody want to scream on social media about how Black Lives Matter, but no one's
And when you only report one side of the story, that's not reporting.
Right.
And that happens way too much in with our major media establishments in this town. It's like,
so let's support Unbossed and Devontae. Again, this month I am being intentional. Many of you heard this yesterday, and several of you responded. And I want to say this again: if you own a Black business, if you are a Black-owned business owner, that's how I want to say it, I think. And whether it's service or products or whatnot, send us the graphic along with the paragraph of your information and how people can contact you. We are giving back to the community this month. We are giving that space to you free. As many as we get, we will post and put up there. Here's your opportunity. The image has to be Facebook cover size. That's the best way I can tell you. Facebook cover size. Make sure your information is on there, because guess what? These videos never go away. They never go away. So they're on there. You are getting free space this month. This is our way of giving back to you and your work. We want to promote you. To all the viewers and listeners that are hearing about these amazing Black artists, Black authors, Black influencers, Black business owners, don't just hear about it, be about it. Go and sow, donate, purchase their work, their services. Please do that. Let's really focus on that and be intentional this month. But let's continuously do that. You are welcome, Nikki. You are welcome. You are welcome. So we're giving back. So just do that. You can send that to our email address, which is newsinmotionwithgail@gmail.com. Again, that is newsinmotionwithgail@gmail.com. We want to support you. All right, y'all. We only have time for the inspirational message. I have some more for this Black History Day. I'll just do it again on Monday with different news. The inspirational message today is receive. Y'all, receive the spoken words that you have been hearing from different platforms. Receive the gift that people are bestowing upon you and giving to you. Receive, y'all. This is a season to receive. So just receive. I'm not talking Christmas. I'm talking about when people are speaking words of affirmation to you, receive those words. When people are encouraging you, when they are speaking wisdom to you, when they are uplifting you, when they are calling you the bomb.com, receive it. Receive it, y'all. Stop saying, oh, thank you. No, receive it. Say, yes, thank you. I've been working hard. Yes, thank you. Thank you for recognizing me. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for buying my products. Thank you for believing in the work that I have. Y'all, receive it. Just say thank you. Y'all, we got to get out of this mindset that we're just like, oh, I'm just doing what the Lord called me to do. Okay, if you're doing what the Lord called you to do, you have to be empowered behind that. It has to be, yep, I was gifted for this. I was designed for this. That is me. That's who I am. Go ahead and walk in that, y'all. Receive. All right, y'all. Didn't mean to go this long, but I had to get all that information out to you. Y'all know what I say. Until Monday, stay well. And remember, make some bold moves. I'm out.